So on the 26th, we had a worship service that was opened by Shona. And one of the lines that she opened with really has had me thinking for the past week and a half. And that line was, the light is now approaching at the end of the lockdown tunnel. And it's really got me thinking, this time of lockdown, well, it has been quite dark and it's been quite difficult. For some people, they've struggled mentally, physically, spiritually, even just through lack of social ability, not being able to see other people. It's been quite a difficult time for a lot of people. A time that still has some good in it, but it still played quite a toll on us. And I was thinking of other times in history where it's been the same, not to try to compare this to World War II, but it was a dark time then as well. Many people struggled physically, mentally, spiritually, and you can understand why. Everyone was at war. I remember back to the start, me and a friend were watching a video that recaptured a period when Christmas Day came and the British and the German soldiers, they put down their weapons, they met together in a field and they played football. They weren't enemies for a day, they were almost friends. No matter the fact there was a war going on, they were friends. And that really challenged me when I listened to that video and saw people just acting so differently. In the end, it was people seeking in darkness for there to be good. Something good in the midst of it. On Christmas Day, something good. And that's what we hope for as Christians. In the dark time, something good arises. And where do we see examples of this in Scripture? I think we see it through a guy called King David. He was the second king of Israel. And his time was quite dark and it was quite difficult. There was a lot of wars going on there as well. Who does he turn to? Well, he turns to God. We see in Psalm 61, it says this, "Hear my cry, O God, listen to my prayer. From the ends of the earth I call to you. I call as my heart grows faint. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I, for you have been my refuge, a strong tower against the foe. I long to dwell in your tent forever and take refuge in the shelter of your wings. For you, God, have heard my vows. You have given me the heritage of those who fear your name. Increase the days of the king's life, his years for many generations. May he be enthroned in God's presence forever. Appoint your love and faithfulness to protect him. Then I will ever sing in praise of your name and fulfill my vows day after day." King David, in the difficult parts of life, like you see there, he turns to God. He seeks refuge in the shelter that only God can provide. He seeks to get his strength from God. And that's so important and something that we as Christians should strive for in our lives. In Ephesians chapter 6, Paul says something like this to the church in Ephesus, who are facing persecution for their very beliefs. They're facing the same dark, difficult days as what David did, as what the people in World War II did, and what we are recently in isolation. He says, "Be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on the full armour of God so you can stand against the schemes of the devil." Paul challenged the people to put on the armour of God, and that is where we get strength from. We get strength from the armour that he has provided for us. I don't have time to go into each of the little bits. Feel free to look it up once you're finished here. It's a very important part of Scripture. And as we take strength from that, there's a purpose to that strength. We get strengthened in the dark times so we can go and bring about good. How do we do that? Well, Paul asks at the end of Ephesians that you pray for him. Pray that he will be able to continue to deliver the mystery of the gospel to all people. And that is our challenge amidst the comfort that this passage brings to us. That we go out and that we tell people the mysteries of the gospel. We tell them of what Jesus did for everyone and for you personally. That is the great challenge that comes from the great comfort of Psalm 61 and the armour of God. Hopefully today, this devotion can bring about that challenge and comfort to you, and you can take it forward in your week ahead as lockdown starts to ease even more. Hopefully that is a blessing to you today. God bless.